episode of As the River Churns.
And there we are. Hey, we're live and in person here at the River Churns. And if you are watching today, you're going to get a chance to see we got all kinds of guests up here today. This is
Yes,
very
we do.
exciting. Very exciting. We got Catherine Queen and we got Emily Cook from the High Point Police Department. And so we're very excited to get a chance to get to know
Yes.
you two today.
Thank you. Thank you for having
I didn't do it.
And
You,
I just want to know everybody to know I didn't do it.
That's not what we were told.
I'm sure.
so did you hear the joke about the chaplain and the two police officers?
Did they walk into a bar?
Yeah. How did you know that?
Brought the bar with you.
We'll get to that later. but-
Okay.
And we'll introduce you all again in a second here, but we usually
Yes.
start out the show with a trivia question.
Yes.
So Lisa's going
and I'll have you two help me with the prize once we get to that. So the trivia question today is from the 1930s to go along with our 20th anniversary celebration. And it's from Dick Witt, of course. He provides great trivia questions for us. And the winner today will get a bottle of wine.
And what kind of wine is it, Catherine? Can
Tell
you
us
see
what
it?
kind.
This is Sycamore Lane
Yes.
Pinot Grigio.
All
Oh, you said that very well.
Yes, yes.
Ken struggles sometimes.
I do.
So
I
we
do.
thought we'd give it a try with you all today. And
I
you
don't
did
speak German.
super.
No, he
I
doesn't.
think Pinot Grigio is German, isn't it?
He's calling it panache and all kinds of things. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, so if you know the answer today, you're going to call Michelle at 336-389-4103. And the question is, in what year did the Star-Spangled Banner become USA's national anthem?
Wow.
In what year did the Star-Spangled Banner become USA's national anthem? The line is open.
Yes. Does any of our studio audience know the answer to that question?
No?
They're like, no way.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It was before COVID.
Was it before COVID?
It was,
Okay.
yes.
That's how I mark everything now.
Yes, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, what's funny is I don't even think I could even narrow it down to what century it would be, right? So, was it the 20th century? Was it 19th century? I don't even know at this point. So, anyway, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, see if we have
when
a
we see
winner.
Michelle running out of the room, that usually means there's a call. Oh, there she goes. See, she just got a call. And so we'll see if we get a winner. But
Yeah.
while we're waiting for that,
Yes.
so we really are glad you all are here today. I thought maybe it might be good for you all to just start a little bit about what the police department's doing, and you're ramping up your efforts about being more out in the community and being involved in the community, other than just chasing the bad guys that are out there. You all are doing it. So, Catherine and Emily, please share a little bit about kind of what you all are doing. So,
Yeah, sure. So we are part of the police department's community division. I'm the officer. We have a lieutenant that's over the both of us, and Emily is our coordinator. And we schedule anything and everything that could involve us in a lighter stance throughout the community. So not necessarily going out and arresting people, but we're going out and teaching people and
You're safe, Ken.
I'm so relieved.
just don't get unruly on us, pal. I mean, that's all I gotta say. You tell that to your cousins too. Okay.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Yeah.
So no, you are safe.
Oh,
You are
good,
safe.
good.
But we're teaching people about how to be safer and how to not become a victim
Yes.
in everyday circumstances.
Yeah.
And I'll let Emily go over some of these, which is what we're going to be discussing. In March, I believe, we'll be coming out here for kind of an open, March 17th, open discussion type thing with the residents, any residents that want to come.
Super. That's
Emily?
great. Emily, what you got for us?
So we'll be out here March 17th, I believe, at 11 a.m. and it's St. Patrick's Day, so it'll be a little bit of St. Patrick's Day themed.
Great. Should we tell the residents to wear green that day?
Absolutely,
Okay,
they might
all
get
right.
pinched if they don't. But we're going to be talking about frauds and cons and scams, and everyone will get a little handout that talks about it. But really what we're doing is we get these handouts, it's from Law Publications, and we go around different community groups that want us to speak to them about different topics. We have ones on keeping your personal account safe, keeping you safe when out and about, just anything that we can get out into the community to educate them,
That's great.
just having those conversations.
That's great.
And so one of the things that we really want to focus on too is with majority of the population here being retired is that we don't want them to become a victim in any type of a fraud or a scam, because scams are rampant these days.
They are.
Especially with some elderly residents, and they try to take advantage of them monetarily. So to maybe try and educate some of that.
That's great. And I think you both are aware that we had our issues with scams, especially one here lately that was quite upsetting to a lot of us about how that happened and how that happened, really, quite honestly. So, you know, Lisa, we've just had another one that or two more that we've been aware of, where the residents didn't get scammed, but it was, fortunately, because we've been making this more of an awareness type thing for residents, they were smart enough to, or smart's not the right thing, because they play on emotions, we know that.
Right.
But they were able to recognize.
They were more alert,
Yeah,
yes.
they were more alert, thank
Yep.
you. So you want to just share a couple
Yeah,
things about
so
that?
this one came through this person's email, and it looked like it was from their financial advisors. And it said, call us at this number and have your account information ready to provide us, so we could look up what the issue was with the account. And this person thought about it, and she said, well, I just read that letter from administration, and this just didn't seem quite right. So she actually called her advisor on the number she had for her advisor, and the person told her that is definitely a scam. Do not call that person that emailed you, that said it was us, because it wasn't them. We also had someone say they had an email from Spectrum, and they thought it looked legitimate, and to call with their account and information, and they may have to change their account in some way, and that also was a scam. So it can look like the regular people that you deal with, but it ends up really not being. So it's just being alert to those kind of things. And if you have a regular financial advisor, you know the numbers that you're supposed to call and contact them. So that was a flag to her that I better call them first before I start dealing with this person on email. So things like that. We've also had reports of residents saying now they're getting texts to different things related to scams. So being aware of that too, that don't even open up that text that comes through if you don't recognize what it is.
Right, and we'll go into much more detail when we're here on March 17th, but it's not just residents here. I get texts that are scandalous.
Right.
But it's emails, it's text, it's phone calls, it's anything they can do to get their foot in the door to try and get a conversation
Absolutely.
going.
Yep.
I think one of the most important things that I try and emphasize is there can be like a little bit of embarrassment, like if you have fell victim to this, but to like try not to be embarrassed and share these stories with friends and family, because not everyone experiences the same
Absolutely.
experiences. So if you can share those, you're educating your friends and family and helping them not fall victim to that.
Yes.
Absolutely
yes.
correct, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because the more knowledge there is about this out there, the better chance we have to have people alerted to it and they can see it when it's happening that way.
Absolutely.
Because these guys are really good with playing on the emotions
Yes.
of our residents,
Yep.
and we've seen that happen way too many times. So, well, we're very excited about you all coming out on March 17th at 11 o'clock, I think
Yes,
you said.
yes.
So
Maybe a leprechaun appearance.
maybe a leprechaun
Oh,
appearance.
leprechauns.
Yeah, and Sheriff Honeycakes is going to have some green beer for you. Is that right?
I've heard that Honeycakes is going to make an appearance as well.
Okay, yeah, Sheriff Honeycakes might be there as well. So, yeah.
Pastor
He
was probably
just pulled out his gun and he's going to shoot me. So.
Oh, my.
Well, is there anything else you all want to share? Because I think we really wanted to just try and introduce the two of you to everybody and get a chance to kind of put a plug in for March 17th. And so is there anything else that you all want to share?
This is just one part of what we do. We do a whole gamut, anything dealing with education, we'll go to local businesses and do an active shooter presentation. Like at a furniture company or a furniture plant, we did an active shooter presentation for them, the employees to be aware of your surroundings, of what's going on. And part of
It's
what
out.
we can do here.
Yeah. Want to borrow Emily's for a second? There we go.
Thank you so much. So just making sure you're aware of your surroundings. So it's not just the fraud and the scams, but it's also safety while you're out and about, safety while you've gone to the grocery store, anybody that may be lurking around a corner. So we do a whole different gamut of things.
And if there's anything that the residents want us to do presentations on, because
Yeah.
we're not just gonna come out here in March and say, okay, we're done.
Right.
We'd like to continue to come out here, so if they have any feedback or anything they would like us to present on, please, like, we welcome that.
Super.
Absolutely.
And should they let Sheriff Honeycakes know that, if that's the case?
Honeycakes will definitely let us know the evals, and we had even spoken about Honeycakes was gonna draw up, maybe some suggestion box.
Oh,
And it would come
very good.
directly to us, so,
Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
he's already on top of them. Honeycakes is on the ball.
He's a good sheriff, I
He
tell you, we
is.
like
He
that,
is.
we like Sheriff Honeycakes, so. You know, maybe
This will be a monthly thing,
Oh,
so
good,
March
yes.
will be our first one, and then we'll continue it monthly. And again, we'll ask the residents what they prefer, time-wise, day-wise, topics, things like that.
That's
That's
great.
great. The only thing else I was gonna add is, you know, we've really been trying to share the message with residents about, you know, if you're asked for money, if you're asked for credit card information, if you're asked for your social security number, or if you're asked for access to your bank accounts, it's not right. It's a scam. Do not do it. Think twice. If you have to, go check with a friend, a family member, one of us, come to us so we can help you make sure that because nobody should ever ask you to send a pile of money in a cardboard box to an address that you don't know.
Absolutely. If you have an inkling of a question on it,
Yeah.
ask somebody. Don't be embarrassed. That's one of the main things, is that my own mother is the same way. I think she gets embarrassed to ask for help or question something, but I would rather someone ask and not become a victim.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in this one, was just happened, they were playing on the emotions of
Oh,
somebody.
absolutely.
I'm gonna lose my job
Right.
if you don't send me this
Yep.
money. I mean,
Yep.
they really were selling it really well, and
Yep.
it's easy for any of us to get hooked into something like that.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
we just gotta keep coming back to, don't take my cash, don't take my information, those kinds of
Yep.
things. Just don't fall prey to that if you can,
Right.
so.
Right. Absolutely. We're excited about it.
Well, thank you so much
Very
for being on
good.
the show today.
Thank you for having us.
We're looking
Yes.
forward to March 17th with you all.
That's
So,
right, March 17th.
Okay.
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll let them go ahead and get
Yep,
off stage
we'll do a
because
little
they got more
transition.
important police matters to take care of.
Thank you.
Nah, uh-oh, Emily wants to take the line with her.
Oh,
All right.
we need to shut off the microphone. I don't know
Well,
if
that
it's
was
on.
good. That was good, Lisa.
Yes, yep, that was good.
Yeah. Thank you all. Okay, let's get into our normal agenda, Lisa.
Okay, yes. 1 second here, let me get,
All right. So COVID update is, I think, our first one.
Yes.
We love COVID update. We love talking about COVID. COVID's just
COVID update and scams.
That's right. COVID and scams. I mean, what all the fun things can we talk about, right? But, the reality is COVID's still around. We know that. Still getting staff members, residents from time to time that get it. And, we're just following a process now. That's really
Right,
what it is.
right.
We just follow a process. Still seeing a stomach bug going around as
Yes.
well. We've seen several staff members that have gotten that.
yes, I know.
I don't want that stuff. I'd rather have COVID, I think.
I think you're right.
There's
I'd
been
rather
people that have
COVID
said
than
that,
stomach bug.
yes.
Yeah.
So the next item was resident surveys. I want to
Yes.
talk a little bit about
We
this.
have.
It's coming. I had another meeting about that today. So we'll have a lot more information coming out about this, but we are starting a new process for our residents here. It used to be about every 3 or 4 years we would send out a survey to our residents and just kind of get a pulse for how they're feeling about certain things. And we had a company that helped us with that. And so we're moving in a little bit different direction. We're still going to do a survey process for the residents, but instead of doing it all at once and trying to have residents fill out this huge survey, we've kind of narrowed it down to more like 20 question type survey. And instead of doing it all at once, we're gonna do it over a 4-quarter thing. So like, if a resident were to came in here and they moved in, let's just say they moved in March, well, your move-in month will be March, and so you're probably gonna end up then getting a survey in January. For anybody that moved in between January, February, and March, doesn't matter the year, you'll get your survey then. If you moved in between April and June, you're gonna get it in April, that kind of thing all the way along. And like I said, it's about 20 questions for our residents, and you know, we'll have a lot more information about what that is. It's going to be an email notification and a text notification as long as you have cell phone and you have an email address. And so we'll have plenty of advance notice of this, but we're looking to start this in April. At least that's the game plan at the moment. So that quarter, April, May, June, anybody that moved in during those months, they'll be the first ones to get that survey. But I think it'll be very helpful for us. It's very helpful as an organization just to kind of, and the questions are very generic. You know, they ask about housekeeping, they ask about dining, they ask about certain areas, ask about our chaplain. No, I take that back. I don't think the chaplain's on there, but.
Let's scratch that question.
Everybody loves the chaplain. We don't need to put that on there. That would be a wasted question, right? So, but yeah, so, but it'll be good. I think it'll be a good process, and we'll go through that. I'm not going to spend a ton of time now because we got some time between now and when that starts. But we're moving along with that.
Okay. 20th anniversary events, the casino night.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
I heard.
It
Yes.
was so much fun.
Yes.
Nobody lost any money either.
They
Nobody
did.
lost any
It's
money.
amazing, yeah.
A lot of them gained money. I don't know how they made.
Yes.
Now, I don't know. I will tell you. I don't know how many residents tried to pay me their monthly service fee with their winnings. I told them it doesn't quite work that way, but it was so much fun.
It was.
To see
Yep.
residents, you know, and the company that we hired to come in and do it, they
They
did such a great job.
Did a great job.
They
yes.
were really they were
yes.
so nice, and they were teaching residents how to
They
play
were.
different games, and it just I thought it went really well.
And
Very
the
well
residents
done.
were pretending they didn't know how to play those games.
Yeah, some of them did. Some of them looked a little too good at it to me, though. I don't know,
But some really were learning
Yeah, I
for the
know,
first
I
time. So it was neat to see that they were so good with our folks.
yeah. So that was our second big event
Yes.
for our 20th anniversary, and
Yep.
Lisa, we got in March. We got another one.
We got the
coming up, right?
big USO show.
USO show.
Yeah, so that's coming up, and I think that's being led by Wiz Horner and Neil Shields. So I think they're kind of heading up that program, and they're involving a lot of residents, a lot of different acts in it. So that should be excellent as well.
Yeah.
So looking forward to
I'm
that.
looking forward to that too. That'll be in March. March 17th
Yes.
at 11 o'clock.
I
No,
don't-
no, no.
I
wait
don't
a minute.
think
No,
so.
that's the police thing. I'm sorry. No, that's not that. So,
Oh,
I know we got a date set for it. I don't
we
remember what it is
do,
off
but
the
I
top of
can't
it.
tell
Yeah.
you off the top of my head right now.
We'll make sure that that's in the March
Yes.
newsletter.
Yep.
So.
Just a couple dining announcements. This one's from Jeremy in the Bistro. He has some new exciting things. He's changing up the hot bar menu.
Oh, good.
So I'll be looking for that, and I think he's actually going to start a few of those things even next week. So
fantastic.
be looking for some changes in the hot bar menu. You know, after so many weeks, we do like to change up that cycle. So that's what he's been working on, and I think he has his big special meal tonight, too.
Yeah, it is
In the
tonight,
back of the
isn't it?
bistro, so 12 lucky people get to enjoy that tonight.
Yeah.
So he's looking forward to that. And then on March 1st, the Wayfarer Around the Cape is the themed restaurant menu, and that will start, like I said, next Wednesday, I guess, March 1st already, next week.
I know, right?
So it's kind of crazy.
Did I hear right?
So-
Was it Argentina that they're going to be at next? Isn't
It
that
could
right?
be, because I guess they're
think
just going
that's-
around.
I think that's what I heard was
Yeah.
Argentina is next. So, so that should be good.
Yes.
I heard you shouldn't ever tug on Superman's cape. That's a different cape, I think. But
I think so.
Yes, I kind of heard that too.
Oh. Okay, Tom, I'm going to throw this one at you again.
Yeah, so we have
Parking
wait.
lot.
parking lot.
We do have an update on that, and the good news is that we know now that we're in review now with the city of High Point, and finally got to that stage, and so we're anticipating that their review process will be another couple weeks to do the initial review, and we're expecting that and hoping that it's going to go through first time without any changes. But if there is a review process beyond that, it might take an extra couple weeks. All that to be said, that I think by the end of March we're gonna be able to start getting our prices and start rocking and rolling on our parking lot. So for those of us that are parking out there now, it works just fine, but it'd be nice to have something more permanent out there.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see more golf carts using that as well. So, and it'll be really nice when we
It
can
will,
finish that off.
yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this spring we're going to get rocking and rolling as far as being able to get that in place. So that's the
Okay.
game plan anyway.
Very good. Spectrum. So we've been talking about that the last couple shows. The letter from Spectrum is actually in everybody's box that went out last night. So make sure you get that letter. That does outline how the transition's going to work in the way of you'll receive an email, and then it just kind of outlines for you times, dates, all that kind of stuff. So the go live is Monday, February 27th. So that's coming up. We have our staff and tech volunteers from our residents that are going to go through training tomorrow with Spectrum. So they're going to walk us through that process. So then we'll have a good number of us that can go out and assist people with the transition. So we know several of you are going to be like, we got this, we're fine. And then we know others will need a little more assistance with that. So we'll have a good team put together that can do that. Also, we will have a memo going out that will show you how to sign up if you need assistance. We're going to have a sign-up sheet up in the main lobby there where you can sign on a list for us, and we'll have resident services will be able to access that list and get volunteers to go out and help with that transition. So I think we have a good process in place that will work. So we'll have our training tomorrow. We'll know a little more how that transition will go.
Well, that'll be really good. And if the residents really struggle with you with help, we can send Ken out, and he can pray over
I'm sure Ken-
the equipment and pray
yes.
over the resident. And
Yes, yes.
You know, that's the ultimate solution if we need that, right?
Of course.
Of course. If you'd like to come to training tomorrow, you could, just in case you get that request.
Oh, my.
The swimming pool and the spa, still anticipating opening the pool on March 6th. They are starting with actual hot tub part, and that's where there's only iffy part that may get delayed a little bit, but they're still saying March 6th at this point.
Yeah.
But if we have any other updates, we'll let you know as we get them.
But it's going along pretty well according
Yeah.
to schedule.
Yep.
So we think we're going to be able to meet that mark.
Yep.
So good.
No water classes tomorrow at Friends. They have an issue with their pool heater, so nobody wants to go and swim when it's cold.
No.
No, at least I don't, but
No.
maybe
Although
some
I
people
think
like
you probably
that.
swim faster if it's cold.
Well, you
right?
probably
I don't
would.
know. You know, you could-
That's true.
you know, it could be more of an exhilarating exercise.
Well, it
that
could
way
be.
You're swimming
Could
in
be.
colder water. So
Yep. Upcoming wellness offering. So CPR classes are now available to residents. So this is something that Whitney has been working on. We've had several residents here ask us, I would like to be CPR trained. So she's going to start that. First class is Thursday, March 2nd from 9 a.m. to noon in the wellness classroom. Space is limited. Sign up is required in the activity book. Participants must be able to demonstrate CPR on a mannequin and must be able to get on the floor and back up. There's a two-parter there.
yeah,
You got to get down, but then you got to get back up.
I don't have a problem getting down there. I just getting back
It's
up.
the
is
getting
always just
back up,
becoming more of an
yes.
issue, I think so.
So if you have any questions, make sure you contact Whitney.
Now, if you have trouble getting back up, can you be one of the CPR dummies then at that point, and then that way you could?
I don't know. I don't know. You kind of threw me there, Tom.
If you would like to recommend another resident to be a CPR dummy, please let us know.
Yep.
Now that would be interesting.
It would be.
There's a whole new element to CPR, doesn't
It
it?
does.
Okay, we have a furl update from Jim Kalaki. Registrations for furl spring courses have exceeded 500 people.
Wow,
I mean,
that's amazing.
that's amazing. So all courses with limits have closed, and the furl work group and course leaders are making every effort to accommodate those on the wait list. For courses without limits, you may continue to register in the main lobby. Please do not simply show up to any course unless you are registered. And I get that. Space is limited in some of the locations. So please make sure you sign up for those classes. The Furl Work Group is working on the Furl for the Fall set of offerings already. If you have something you'd like to see or something you'd like to offer or know someone who might offer a course, please get in touch with anyone in the Furl Work Group.
Furl for the fall, that's kind of a
Furl for
tongue
the
twister.
Fall.
Yep.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes, it is.
The second annual River Landing Writing Competition will have a June 20th submission deadline. The complete guidelines will be coming out in early May. Please direct any questions and queries to resident Walt Pilcher. So that's coming up soon. At the February meeting of the Furl Work Group, it was a delight to welcome new member Kay Heflin. She began a 2-year term as liaison for the resident council. And Ariel Bagley, the newest member of the resident life staff, was also with us. Great addition, both to the group, so thank you. And anything else that you would like to add, Tom?
I don't think so. I'm trying to
Okay.
sit here. I was sitting there while you were talking about that. I think if there's anything else. I don't think so. Other
Okay.
than just really enjoying the 20th anniversary stuff.
Yes,
I think,
yes.
Hopefully all are enjoying it. And I realize that not every event is for every resident, but
Right.
hopefully you'll find some fun stuff that you'd like to do throughout the year. So
I think we have a variety throughout the year, don't we? Because
Yeah.
we know not everybody enjoys each event, but hopefully you can find a couple.
yeah, and I think
Yeah.
this is a little bit further out, but the event that we're going to have, the Woodstock event that we're going to have, I think
Yes.
we've got our bands booked at this
I
point
think we
already.
do.
So it's going to be quite
It's
exciting.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Did we get Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young?
We
by chance?
did.
Okay,
How'd
great.
you do that?
That is so great.
Are
They're a little
paying-
older
Are you
now.
paying for it, Ken? Oh,
It'll be fun.
Well, David Crosby, of course, died recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might be
but
hard to get him to come.
well,
Yes.
and they were going to try to get Bing Crosby to take his place, but he deceased too. So it's hard to get a good Crosby these
Yes,
days.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right about that. So. All right, Ken, I think
Okay.
we're turning it over to you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
It's your
Well, that's
turn.
dangerous. Yeah. Have some levity here. Yeah. This is Shania Twain at the Grammys. Makes me want a chicken sandwich and a Frosty real bad. She does look like the Wendy's girl,
Oh
doesn't
my
she?
gosh,
Well,
she
not
does.
She doesn't have pigtails, but all the colors are there.
Is that really from then?
I think. Well, yeah, that's
Really?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is. True dress. A decision was made here. I don't know if you look carefully. That is a beer
Cooler?
but somebody put a thing of toilet paper there. So they came up to with their cart. They had toilet paper. They went, nah, put that back and grab a case of.
Wow.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. The boat used as the SS Minnow in Gilligan's Isle was a 1964 wheeler with a cruising speed of 12 knots, which means they couldn't have traveled more than 41.5 miles on their 3-hour tour. Now I'm starting to doubt if the show was even real.
Oh.
Some people have too much time on their hands. Do you know the song, "The wheels on the bus go round and round"? Well, not always.
Oh.
Yeah.
My idea of juicing is squeezing a lime into my margarita. I don't think that's actually what juicing is. I think it's
think so.
yeah,
Oh, is that where you put-
veggies and
Yeah,
fruit, and
yeah,
it
okay.
extracts all the juice. But if you want to do it that way, that's fine. Sometimes I wonder what happened to the people who ask me for directions. Well, you know, we never see them again. They stop and ask directions, and then we never see them. I wonder what happens to them. We never know. I love this one. I named my toilet Jim instead of John. Everyone is so impressed when I tell them I go to the gym every morning.
That's good.
Crossing things off my to-do list. I didn't do them. I just don't want them on my list anymore.
You know, how did the toilet get named the John?
I don't know.
I don't know. That could be a good trivia question.
It could, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do any of our residents in the audience know? With that, yeah, that is interesting.
Many people named John have objected.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's a good question.
And someone today in one of our meetings named Lou said he objected to the idea that in Britain the bathroom is called the loo. So,
Well, you know, my wife's name is Sheila. So if every time we go to Outback, she's going to say she's going to her room, right? So
that's great. That is great. Oh my goodness. Me looking out the window in the morning to see what season we're doing today.
That's
I
cute.
think it's spring today
yep.
and tomorrow, for sure. Yep. There should be a margarita truck that drives around playing mariachi music in the evenings, and we can all run out with our money like an ice cream truck, but with margaritas.
that might be a popular truck around here. What do
it
y'all
would.
think?
Yeah, we could try that. I mean, we're bringing in the band, we
That's
could try
right.
that.
That's great.
Yeah, food trucks, margarita trucks. I've come to the conclusion that my memory is like an Etch-a-Sketch. I shake my head and forget everything. I'm not sure
there's more truth to that than what's
That's a good one.
I'm not sure anybody knows what an Etch-a-Sketch is anymore. They've
No.
been offline, I think, for a while. That was our first tablet. Remember that?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Studies show that cows produce more milk when the farmer talks to them. It's a case of in one ear and out the other.
I need to remember that one. I like that one.
Yep. That's a Tom joke.
Well,
Yep.
it's a dad joke, right?
Yep, yep,
That's
more
a
of
good
dad
one.
joke.
Yep, utterly ridiculous.
Yep. Yep.
So, all right. This burger is awesome, but don't worry, it's plant-based. Really? What plant? Meat processing plant. I'd like to thank whomever told my mom that WTF means, wow, that's fantastic. Her texts are so much more fun now. Okay, this is a scam. This is a scam. WTF does not mean, wow, that's fantastic. Don't let anybody fool you. They'll come for your money next.
Oh my
I can
gosh.
see our residents sending that to their children.
I know, yeah. Oh. You can ask Lisa later what it actually means.
Oh my gosh. Please don't.
Anyway, there I was at 40,000 feet in my own private balloon, not bothering anyone. Don't try this at home. Don't try this.
That's great.
Oh my. I love social media. Back in my day, I had to insult people one at a time.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and the last one. My wife took up gardening. I wonder what she's going to plant.
I think he's next.
She's going to plant you.
That's good. As always, good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Very fun.
Nothing that was too utterly disgusting.
Yeah, you're right.
That's good. All right, Lisa, I think we're down to
Yes,
the trivia
we are.
answer today.
So the question was, in what year did the Star-Spangled Banner become USA's national anthem? And the answer is 1931.
1931.
Yes. And the winner is
Yes.
Nelda Tawes.
Wow. Ah,
Nelda,
Congratulations,
good
Nelda.
job.
Yes. Yep.
1931.
Very good.
Wow. Yeah, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I mean, you could have told me it was 1888 or something, and I would have believed
Right,
it at
right.
that point. So
No.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Very good.
All right. Well,
Another good show.
another good show. And it
Good
was great.
information today.
It's great to have the High Point
Yes,
police officers
yes.
here. So,
Yeah.
and we've known Catherine Queen for quite a while. She's,
Mm-hmm.
before she took this role, she was a detective for the High Point Police Department. So we got a chance to know her fairly well with
Mm-hmm.
different things that were going on. So, and she's a good egg. So we like her.
And I love that they're going to come out on a regular basis now, too.
Yeah.
So just having that presence and keeping us alert to things, I think we need that.
Yeah. Well, especially with all the scams that are going
Yes,
on.
and
we
it's
just-
changing all the time.
And, they're right. I mean, it's not just River Landing residents that are
No.
getting hit with this.
No,
I mean, this
no.
is everywhere. It just seems like they're just all over. So you just got to
Yep.
be extra careful.
Yep.
Yeah, just extra careful. And if it doesn't seem right, it probably isn't.
Right.
So,
I tried to sell something, or I did sell something on Craigslist, and they sent me a bank check, like a cashier's check. And it looked very real. I took it to my bank and I said, they wanted to pay me and then come get it.
right.
I said, would you look at this very carefully and tell me if it's legit? And I explained the situation. And he took it back, came back, and later he says, this is actually what a cashier's check looks like. The number is real, but it's already been used. At the bottom.
Wow.
But it would have taken them
Wow.
probably 3 days to figure out it was
Oh,
fraudulent.
sure.
In which case, I would have already given the merchandise away.
Oh, sure you would
So
have.
these people are always brainstorming about different ways to get you, just like people creating computer viruses.
Right,
They're looking
right.
for other doors in all the time.
Instead of coming to a regular job, that is their job.
That is their
Is
job.
to scam you out
Yep.
of your money.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's just a shame that, it's kind of gotten that way, unfortunately. So,
Well, good thing you did that, Ken.
Yes. So that's like going to your friend and saying,
Yes,
here's what's going
absolutely.
on.
yeah.
Yep.
Let's check it out.
Wow.
Yeah, you all have worked really hard for your money.
Yep.
Don't give it away. Please don't give it away.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Okay.
good show.
Yes.
Ken, always great to have you on here.
Good to be
You
here.
look very official today.
Yes, Ash Wednesday.
That's right, Ash
Ash
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Thank you for
Yeah,
reminding us
yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
We had about 80 people in our
Oh,
service
that's great.
today. Yep.
That's great.
That's great. That's great.
Good stuff. And this Sunday,
see the
yeah,
ash
that's
one.
yep. Little leftover ash. And this Sunday we have our annual service of remembrance too, and here at 4:00 on Sunday.
Yeah.
30 residents will remember.
That's always a
30.
hard service, but a really great service, I think.
Yep.
So,
Yep,
it's really
because these
good.
people enriched our community and
Yeah.
our lives.
Yeah. So, how many did you say was
30, yeah, it's from May to December.
May to December?
Yep. We had our 2 makeup services back in May.
That's right, I
So we're
forgot
picking
about
up there and going to the end of the year. Then we'll start doing calendar years from here on out.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing that.
You bet.
Okay, well, go and enjoy the beautiful weather outside.
Yes.
I can see through the closed blinds that
know.
it's sunny out.
I know. We
I
can
think
see
it's
it.
70-some degrees out there. I think tomorrow, did I not hear? It's like
80.
Almost 80 tomorrow, or can it get 80? It could hit to 80 tomorrow. I mean, it's amazing. And then Saturday, pop, 46.
46.
46 on Saturday. But then on Sunday, I
Wow.
think it's back up into the 60s again. So just a
How
short
does it
roll.
do that?
Well, it seems like it's
Such
right at the end of winter.
extremes.
We always get those little blips, like
Yep.
that.
Now, my parents, they're in Rochester, Minnesota,
Yeah.
and they're waiting on 10 to 22 inches of snow this week.
Wow.
Supposed to start tomorrow and go through the weekend, but 10 to 22 inches.
Yes.
Tell them we're
Just
having no
depends
snow
how-
tomorrow.
I know,
No
it's
snow here.
crazy how we can be at 80 tomorrow,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be potentially with that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it just goes to show you that winter's still going on in a lot of
Yes.
places in
In
our
other
country,
places.
even if it's not happening here.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So, wow. 10 to 22.
I know.
I can't even imagine.
I know.
The last time we had 10 inches of snow here, I thought we had to close down the entire city of High Point and Colfax at that point. So,
Yes.
Yeah, while it's warm, I think I'm going to go get a Frosty. That first
There you
cartoon
go.
made me
It
hungry.
inspired
Yeah.
you.
what about the
Yep.
chicken sandwich?
No, just a Frosty.
Oh, okay, just a Frosty. Okay. All right. Well, we love you. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather and stay safe out there.